Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel.
On today's episode, we're staying for 2 nights at the infamous Excalibur Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Our goal is to find out if this relic of the family-friendly Vegas era is worth it for travelers on a budget wanting to feel like royalty, or if it's something more than a dirty castle facade that should be avoided at all costs.
So stick with us as we show you the entertainment, dining, and most importantly, a room tour on this episode of James and Paul Try It All.
The Excalibur Hotel and Casino opened in 1990. The idea for a castle theme was originally created by Circus founder William Bennett, and the resort was originally aimed at the family demographic. You can still see elements of that to this day, as this property does attract families and budget travelers. Now, Excalibur features 3,981 rooms and a 92,000 square foot casino floor. Speaking about the casino is actually very easy to navigate, as its layout is basically a large diamond with the center bar in the middle of the casino. The gaming floor also has all of your favorite games such as Dragon Link, Huff and Even More Puff, Heidi, Planet Moolah, Baoju Zhao Fu, and pretty much any other popular games found nearly everywhere else on the strip. Because this is a budget property, the tables here are surprisingly a bit more affordable than other strip properties. We saw minimums of $10 in the very early morning, with $15 being the standard. However, we did not ever see the minimums exceed $25. Keep in mind these can change at any point, so your mileage may vary. Also be forewarned, even with the lower minimums, you will encounter 6 to 5 blackjack with continuous shuffle machines. Ouch. The roulette was also 000, and craps was a $15 minimum, which is in line with most of the strip. While I absolutely love the casino, it was time to start our visit off with the Excalibur buffet. I sure hope it's not as bad as we've heard.
Alright guys, considering that the Excalibur is one of the few resorts here in Las Vegas on the Strip that still offers a classic all-you-can-eat buffet, we figured it wasn't right to do this video without peeking our heads in, having a meal, and letting you know what we think about it.
Now, we've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this buffet, so we're going to go inside, give you our honest feedback, and tell you if it's worth a visit during your stay here at Excalibur.
We do want to emphasize mixed reviews. We've heard some shockingly good reviews, and then some not surprisingly bad reviews, so let's head inside, get a few plates, and find out what our own thoughts happen to be.
I'm quite excited.
I'm excited, let's go.
The buffet at Excalibur is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pricing is $40 or less, and you can redeem MyVegas buy one get one offers on it when it's available. Now, this buffet isn't large, but it had all of the usual breakfast staples, a separate area with desserts, which, spoiler alert, those desserts were not good, as well as options to add on unlimited alcoholic beverages. You can check out a full review of this buffet right here on our channel.
I think I speak for both of us when I say that we were pleasantly surprised.
I was so surprised. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews and a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
But overall, while there were some hits and misses, I will definitely say that I appreciated some of the items here.
Yeah. All in all, I think I would come back to the Excalibur buffet. It was not nearly as bad as some people have talked it up to be. Don't get me wrong, again, it's not the Bacchanal, it's not Wynn.
No.
It's, it's not the Ace buffet at Palms. It was, for what it was, a solid meal.
It was much better than MGM Grand.
Yeah.
I will definitely give it that.
I did not expect that.
If you're looking for something less heavy than the buffet, Excalibur has an entire food court to enjoy. Keep in mind, this is very much like a mall food court, but if you ever get that craving for a Krispy Kreme donut paired with some Popeye's chicken and side of chow mein, then Excalibur has you covered. You can also get Del Taco if that's your thing, or a Jimmy John's sandwich. But one fun thing is enjoying some late night Fat Burger. Now, this Fat Burger is open until 2 or 4 a.m. on most nights, so if you've never finished your late night casino play with a binge at Fat Burger, have you even lived? There's also a Pizza Hut for those that want to relive their childhood of having a mini pizza that you didn't have to read 3 books for. For a more substantial meal, there's Buca de Beppo, which includes a happy hour at their bar, as well as Dick's Last Resort, which we will feature further into this video. And lastly, the Tap Sports Bar also features a 3 for $33 special.
Alrighty guys, next we're gonna head downstairs here at Excalibur to the Fun Dungeon, or what I like to affectionately call the Fungeon. Seriously, MGM, you missed a great opportunity to call it that. So we just made it down here into the Fungeon, which is an arcade. It is essentially a kiddie casino, but I gotta say, Upon first glance, I'm fairly impressed with how large this is. Let's take a look around.
I just want to say this reminds me a lot of a Dave & Buster's. This is quite awesome. It's like you've got your casino upstairs, but you also got your Dave & Buster's downstairs.
Preparing an entire new generation of gamblers.
I mean, I can't be wrong about that. Like, as a kid, it was gambling.
If this isn't preparing a generation of gamblers, I don't know what is. Find the ball, find the ball.
Three-card Monty.
Find the lady.
Just pick the red card. It's totally not hard.
This clown is kind of creepy. And I'm not normally creeped out by clowns, but he looks rather sinister. Lips and chits!
Whoa, lips and chits.
I know we have Dairy Queen at home, but I suddenly really want a Blizzard. Or more importantly, an Orange Julius, because how often do you see an Orange Julius anymore? Let us know in the comments if you even remember what an Orange Julius is. They have a shooting gallery, which honestly was one of my favorite types of arcade attractions when I was a child that you just don't see anymore anywhere. I might actually have to come play this a little later, because that's really cool.
After a stroll through the fun dungeon, our room was ready, so let's get to the room tour. Now, as a reminder, if you enjoy Las Vegas content, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of our weekly episodes. Let's enjoy the room.
Well, hello. Welcome to our Royal Tower Keep room. Let's come inside and take a look. Now, we are going to start with the first part of any hotel room tour that everyone likes to know about, the bathroom. Looking over here, we have a hairdryer, as well as plenty of towels. There's also a full-size mirror that you can take a look at yourself, get ready for the night. We have these awesome MGM hand wash and body lotion. So if you forgot to bring anything, you're covered. I am very glad that MGM provides this for guests because this is definitely not a thing at Caesars. Now coming over here, you have your usual toilet. Everyone knows about that. We do have a shower right here. The shower itself is actually very clean. There's also shampoo and body wash in there as well. So go you, MGM. Now we come to the closet in the room. So as we open it up right here, you have a few hangers to hang up anything. You also have your in-room laundry, so you can send out to get your laundry. There's also a safe that you can keep any valuables in. Luggage rack. And then over here, you have an iron and an ironing board. So there is plenty of ability to iron your clothes, which is really important. Now moving on here, we also have a full body mirror. So you can also check yourself in the mirror and get dressed and look great for a night out on the town. Moving on further, we also have this king size bed here. Let's go ahead and give it a try and see how comfortable it is. Okay, so it is a little bit more firm than I prefer, which means that James is gonna love it. You know, it does contour to the back really well. So I can definitely say the mattress is a pretty good mattress. Over here, we have the TV and the drawers where you can store any type of clothes. I know for us, we are big about unpacking, so as we unpack, we definitely like to store things in the drawers. Here comes something that is going to come as a little bit of a shock. As you can clearly see, this drawer right here looks like it's the size that could fit a refrigerator. However, you open it and there's nothing inside.
Not even a mini bar?
No mini bar.
Wow.
There's no fridge.
So what you're telling me, my husband, is that I can't get $27 cashews?
No, there's no $27 cashews. There's no $67 love kits. But also keep in mind that this is a budget-friendly property, so it may not be a big seller here. Just keep in mind there's no fridge in the room. Moving on, we have a work desk here, so you can get any type of work done. You have a seat here, so you can just relax and unwind. You have a nice little desk here where they keep the remote upright for you. Let's come to the best part of the room. This lovely view of the Tropicana being demolished. We will always miss you, Tropicana. You are a piece of Vegas history. And you have a view of Las Vegas Boulevard, which is technically still the Strip. So overall, I am gonna say, when it comes to the rooms here at Excalibur, do not come in with high expectations. This isn't a bad room, but you do need to come in here with the mindset that you are gonna get a basic room. It is a place to sleep while you go and enjoy the rest of Vegas. So, you know what? It serves our needs, and I'm quite happy with it, to be honest.
Now, since my husband is Mr. Polypositivity, I do want to be a negative Nancy for just a short bit and say that the room is clean, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely things that show its age. You can see some stains. Look, down here along the bed, you can see some stains. There's some small black stains on the carpet. Nothing absolutely super crazy or gross. I'm not offended by it. I'm not grossed out by it. But it does remind you that this is an older property and, in fact, MGM's cheapest property. Beyond that, some things are slightly askew. You can see that here that the wall art is peeling off the board it's on. But again, does that affect my overall stay here? No. Absolutely not. We are staying in this room for 2 nights for the absolute low price of nothing. No resort fees, no nightly rates, and that is through our play with MGM and our tier with MGM properties. All that being said though, the room is fine. It is your basic standard hotel room, probably in line with a Holiday Inn, Days Inn, nothing bad by any stretch of the imagination. The bathroom is clean, that's the most important part to me. The bed is clean. I mean, I have literally stayed at hotels where the sheets were dirty. So this is already an improvement. Now, that being said, we will provide our final thoughts on what staying here for 2 nights was at the end of the video.
Later that night.
All right, so this is our first night here at Excalibur, and no visit to Excalibur is complete without seeing their premiere show, the Tournament of Kings.
We're gonna take drugs and see that show at Excalibur.
Tournament of Kings? That's the only show in Vegas where they don't vacuum the floors afterwards.
Now, the best part is this is also a dinner show. Now, we did get a little bit excited about Thunder from Down Under, but I thought nothing is more quintessentially Excalibur than going to see a big old joust. How awesome is that? I hope it's awesome.
Now, before we head back inside and go sit through this, for the record, I just want to put it out there that I am only doing this because my husband wants to see the show. Frankly, I cannot justify spending the money on a fake joust and a Cornish game hen for dinner. I don't think it's worth it, but we're gonna find out. Maybe my opinion will change. Frankly, I was in camp Thunder from Down Under if we were gonna see a show.
I am so excited to go see a joust.
I'm glad one of us is excited. I'm kidding. I mean, I know I sound super grumpy and pessimistic, but again, like, we live right near medieval times back in Phoenix, and we've never gone to that either.
I've been wanting to go to medieval times all my life. I'm just excited that we could do this.
I'll point out that medieval times is like half the price.
It really is. But I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping this is amazing. Let's keep our optimism up.
Considering that there's only one moving walkway into Excalibur and no moving walkway coming out of Excalibur, it really feels like a cattle chute leading from the slaughter.
So we entered the fun dungeon and got ready to experience the Tournament of Kings.
These cocktails actually cost more than anywhere else in the casino.
How much are they?
$18 for a cocktail.
Okay, yeah, that is more than the casino.
$18 for a Moscow Mule, basically. Which I paid $14 for in the center bar in the casino.
So I am going to order myself a 16-ounce Miami Vice. Now, do keep in mind, these are expensive cocktails. $19.
I do love that each section is themed to a different country. You have Austria, Hungary, the country of Dragon, and France. We're in Romania.
All right, grab your filthy tankard. Cheers.
Cheers.
The Tournament of Kings is a dinner show, so dinner is included in your ticket price. Tickets start at $42, however, you're more than likely to pay around $65 or more per ticket, depending on the date and day of the week. Additionally, when you finalize your purchase, there's service fees and taxes added, so for our seats at the front of the arena, we paid nearly $100 each. Is this show worth it? Here's what we thought.
Alrighty, folks, we are back in our room.
Yeah, that was something.
It sure was something.
This has been something that I have been wanting to do all my life. And when you finally get to do it, maybe not as good as I thought it would be.
I feel like there's a really good point in your life where this is entertaining, and that's like ages 4 through 8.
With that being said, the food is nothing to write home about. Everything was completely bland.
So that's putting it lightly. Now they keep it period correct by keeping it very underseasoned.
I mean, they did bring them out in giant racks.
Right.
So
Literally, our server was carrying like 8 plates just stacked on top of each other.
I mean, the poor server, oh my God.
The potatoes were raw. The chicken was dry. The corn on the cob was both surprisingly cooked to mush, yet so dry it was crispy. And then there was the incredibly inedible bread roll that was just like eating sand.
There was no butter, and it was very dry.
Would we recommend Tournament of Kings? If you have kids that really want to do it, then maybe. But go in knowing that there's a good chance that you as the adult may want to find food either before or afterwards.
You're not coming here for the food. You're going for a medieval show. And with that being said, one thing about that medieval show, it was loud.
It's very loud.
Very loud.
Yeah. My neurodivergent ass had a seriously rough time with just all the shouting and screaming and pyrotechnics and explosions.
I will also end it with this. I did not feel that it was worth the cost of what we paid. We paid almost $200 for the two of us to do it.
We could have had a very nice dinner here in Vegas for $200.
Oh, yes. I'm glad that I ticked it off the bucket list, but this was a one and done for me.
Right.
I don't think I would be coming back for that.
No. Ultimately, I agreed to do this for you folks so we could share our thoughts on it and let you know whether we think that it's worth your hard-earned money, because frankly, things are expensive nowadays, and a lot of us can't afford to just shell out $100 a head on, very mediocre entertainment and very poor quality food. Hopefully, the rest of our experiences, though, are better. So far, it hasn't been a bad day.
One thing I'm getting so far is things here are just okay.
Right.
Just okay.
Not bad. So I'm going to sit down and have an actual meal now, and then we're going to go to bed so we can have our second day here at Excalibur and keep bringing you more content. Stay tuned.
Reflecting back on what I paid for this, we really should have just gone to Thunder from Down Under. I am a huge fan of Channing Tatum and his Magic Mike films, so this would have been right up my alley. Now, if hot, sexy men aren't your thing, the Excalibur offers other entertainment such as the Matt King Comedy Magic Show, the Australian Bee Gees, and for us 90s kids, they offer the Spice Wannabe Tribute Show.
The following day,
So with a new day upon us, it was time to check out the pool complex here at Excalibur. The pool complex is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. with plenty of options for reserving daybeds, cabanas, and lounge chairs. There are 4 pools in this complex, with 3 of them being all ages and the 21 plus pool being open by reservation only. But first, it was time to bust out the fan and soak up that sun.
So we are out here at the Excalibur pool. We are gonna go ahead and take a little dip. Let's talk about this amazing pool at the Excalibur. I will say that this water is really beautiful. Right. It is really nice and cool.
Yeah, I gotta agree. The water is a beautiful temperature. It's the end of May as we speak, as we're chilling here. Crowds aren't too crazy. Lots of families with little kids because it is the Excalibur, so that's to be expected. But all in all, I would actually go so far to say the kids are all being fairly respectful. They're not being super rowdy or crazy. Obviously, your mileage may vary. They do have an adults-only section, but it does appear to be by reservation. So we just decided to opt for the kids' pool, or the family pool.
Yeah. I will definitely give it this, though. This isn't as rowdy or as bad as I had thought.
Nah, music's jamming, water's nice. I'm trying to decide if I want to pay the ridiculous amount of money for a poolside beer, because I can only imagine that's probably a lot more expensive than just going inside and buying it from a casino bar. If you've never been to Vegas, or at least you've never been to a Vegas pool, expect the poolside eateries and bars to come at a premium for very basic things. You're gonna pay $30 for a chicken Caesar wrap. Let's just be honest.
The one thing to keep in mind here is that the cocktails are very expensive. Expect to pay about $32 for a cocktail. So yeah, beware. It's kind of nice to just sit here and float here.
I know. I'm naturally buoyant because I'm so fat. It's a very shallow pool.
Yeah, that is one thing that you will find out. If you are sitting here at Excalibur, I am fully standing up right now. It is a very shallow pool.
Right. I don't know if the other pool's that way. We should maybe consider finding out.
Let's go check. All right, let's go. This one's a little cooler. Yes, this one is cooler. Yeah, it is not getting any deeper.
Yeah, so apparently both pools are about 3 to 3.5 feet. Not too deep at all. Obviously geared with kids in mind, but I'm an adult who can do this. Ooh, this one's a little chillier than the other one. That made my nipples just pop right out. I can cut glass right now.
So one thing I noticed is that they may have a water slide back here. I haven't gone out to check, so I am gonna go take a little walk around and see what I can find. There's another pool over here, and it does kind of look like more of a family pool. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, if you are going to try the little water slide out here, there is a bit of a line. There's like 3 different pools in this complex. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and check back up in the room, and we will be back with you in a bit.
One pair of pants later.
Alrighty folks, after a quick dip in the pool, a shower, and a costume change, Paul and I are gonna head downstairs for our last dinner at Excalibur. Now that being said, we felt it was most appropriate to check out the restaurant that you go to after all the other better restaurants are booked, Dick's Last Resort. Now if you're not familiar with Dick's, it is a national chain that is primarily found in tourist towns. Their shtick is intentionally rude service. While a lot of people might find this fun and cute, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel. So let's find out. Stay tuned. Alrighty folks, before we head inside, we do want to offer a little bit of a disclaimer. Since we have no idea what to expect as far as how crude these jokes may or may not be, we do want to let you know if you find yourself easily offended by political incorrectness, this may not be for you.
So we're debating Dick's Last Resort's 48-ounce Fun Bowl.
Sarcasm attitude, if you haven't figured it out yet, you're not dining at the Applebee's, all right? We're sarcastic and we talk out to you. It's all in good fun. Like I tell everybody else, if you don't see it with your cute little eyeballs, chances are I don't have that.
We already know what we want to do.
Well, what the what if I don't even got it? What the you want?
We're going to split the Dos Rita.
Oh, how romantic. Sharing a big together, yeah.
So if you made it this far in the video, as you can see, that is what you can expect at Dick's Last Resort. This is something that they are known for at any and all of their locations, both here in Vegas and beyond.
So I just want to say right now, our server's f***ing awesome. This is definitely not what we typically do when we're in Vegas. However, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Hey everybody, these dumb are sharing a big together! Oh yeah!
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I figured. I brought a third one in case y'all want to tag me in. So.
Hey, you know, three's the fun. We got a big. How did he know? I think there's a sixth sense.
If you've never had a beer Rita before, as you drink more, the beer is going to slowly exit the can into the margarita. So it will taste more and more like Dos Equis as we go along. This bad boy, I think it was like $45. So it better be yummy for that price.
Now, I've never had a beer Rita before.
Really?
No, never.
So good.
It's actually really delightful.
And of course it comes with a big stupid signature souvenir glass that we're absolutely not going to take with us. Oh man, you got my size just right. What does it say?
It says, damn it, I can't believe I douched for this.
I mean, I can. How did he know?
Okay, so now we're gonna play a game of guess what's on my head.
Rosebud.
Rosebud, things that have a hole in them.
You're getting pretty close.
Something to do with my hole.
You're pretty much right on the nose.
I have a gaping hole.
You're never gonna get this.
I'm never gonna get this?
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says my butthole looks like the Japanese flag.
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
1 hour later.
Alrighty guys, we are back in our room. I think I could say for both of us that that was an experience.
Is this the worst restaurant on the strip?
Yes, probably.
You are going to Dick's Last Resort to indulge in your humiliation kink. Also, on the subject of that, you're also going to Dick's Last Resort for cash domination because, Jesus, I can't lie. That was an expensive meal for what it was.
We are total pay pigs.
Apparently. So we had a $50 resort credit that MGM gave us for this offer for staying here for a couple nights. And had we not had that credit, our total would have come to like $166 after tip. There's a lot of other restaurants on the Vegas Strip and outside of the Strip where you can get a fantastic meal for that same price. I will say, I enjoyed Dick's a whole lot more than I enjoyed the Tournament of Kings.
Moments later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we head to bed for our last night here at Excalibur, we wanted to give you our final thoughts on our stay here.
Well, my thoughts on Excalibur is that one, MGM knows its clientele and they know what they're aiming this property for. This is the type of hotel you come to if you are here on a budget. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the rooms, we did not find our room particularly dirty.
No.
However, we did find that there were a few things that maybe need a little more upkeep.
Right, some small little
things. The other thing was the TV, definitely very fuzzy.
Oh, yeah.
And very limited channels.
Not just basic cable, just even less than that.
It's weird because in our MGM Grand video, we mentioned how we love that MGM had the streaming platform for Paramount Plus on their TVs.
And a reasonable amount of channels.
Yes, and a very reasonable amount of channels. So if anybody in MGM is watching our video here, please add some type of streaming service or some type of option where we can just log into our accounts while we're here.
We got this room for 2 nights for the low price of nothing. But even then, normally off the rack, it's usually anywhere from like $30 to $50 per night. So don't get me wrong, it can go up above that, but it's your basic rooms here are pretty darn cheap. And I think the resort fee is the lowest of any of their properties, so something like $35, $36, $37. So really, you can get out of here for under $100 a night with, a fairly okay room, a place to sleep, a comfortable bed. So that being said, I don't think Paul and I would jump back at the chance to stay here, but if we happen to get another offer, sure, why not? Helps us stretch our budget further in Las Vegas.
It allows us to spend more on other things that we can make more videos for.
Right, like that stupid Tournament of Kings.
I was glad to have fulfilled the childhood dream, but it just was not doing it for me. So one positive thing I do want to say about Excalibur here is we've heard a lot about the buffet.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by how much better the quality was compared to other buffets we've had at MGM properties.
Specifically MGM Grand. It wasn't bad.
There were some misses, but there were also plenty of hits on the buffet. And I do appreciate some of the different offerings that were there.
Yeah. It was good for what it was. Dick's Last Resort was an experience.
It was an experience. If you are someone that just wants to have fun and you are here with friends, it is a viable option, but do not go in expecting good food.
Also, don't go in expecting an affordable meal because really it was expensive for what it is.
I enjoyed my stay here quite a bit.
Yeah.
If you were here on a budget, this is a great budget-friendly option.
Right. Like if I needed a last-minute Vegas trip and the Excalibur was, the only thing available at a reasonable price, heck yes, I would absolutely book Excalibur again. I think that about wraps it up. So that being said, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell to stay up to date with notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released every Saturday, as well as on Sundays when we release a new episode of Slot Play Sunday. We want to thank you guys so much for sticking through all the way to the end of the video. You mean the most to us. We absolutely love you from the bottom of our hearts. And if you ever see us out and about in Vegas, stop us, say hi.
Say hi.
We've already had a couple different couples say, oh, we love your videos, and thank you guys so very much. It really, it warms our heart so much. So on that note, thanks again for watching. Have a great week.
One.
Yeah, have a great week, guys. Bye.